You think habits change your life. Wrong. Habits don't change anything. Identity does. Average people try to build better habits. Wake up early, read more. Go to the gym. Elite performers? They don't touch habits first. They change who they are. James Clear wrote about this. Identity-based behavior. But most people read it and do nothing. So here's the real question. Why do some people reinvent themselves completely, while you keep resetting the same goals every Monday? By the end of this, you're going to understand exactly how identity shifts work, and you'll never approach self-improvement the same way again. Chapter 1. The Identity Lie. Most people think behavior creates identity. Wrong. Identity creates behavior. You say, I want to wake up at 5 a.m. But your brain says, that's not who we are. So you snooze again and again. Psychologist Daryl Bem proposed self-perception theory. Your brain builds identity based on observed behavior. But here's the twist most people miss. Your brain also resists behaviors that don't match your current identity. It's like installing new software on old hardware. It glitches. You fail. Example. A smoker tries to quit. They say, I'm trying to stop smoking. Wrong identity. They still see themselves as a smoker. A lead shift? I don't smoke. Now behavior aligns automatically. No internal debate. No willpower needed. But here's the problem, though. Most people try to force identity change through motivation. Motivation fades. Identity sticks. So how do elites actually change it? Chapter 2. The evidence loop. Most people think confidence comes first. Wrong. Evidence comes first. Then confidence. Then identity. Stanford psychologist Albert Bandura called this self-efficacy. Belief in your ability comes from small wins. Not affirmations, not journaling, real evidence. Here's what average people do. They set massive goals. Read 50 books. I lose 20 pounds. Build a business. Too big, no immediate feedback. Brain says, this isn't real. Elite performers do the opposite. They create micro-evidence, tiny, undeniable proof. Read 1 page, do 5 push-ups. Write 100 words. Sounds stupid. It works. Because every action is a vote. James Clear again. Every action is a vote for the type of person you want to become. 1 vote, week, 100 votes, identity shift. You're not trying to become a reader. You're proving you are one. Daily, relentlessly. But here's the thing, though. Most people do small actions. Then stop. No consistency, no identity shift. That's where the next system comes in. Chapter 3. Environment rewrites identity. You think discipline builds habits. Wrong. Environment builds habits. Then habits reinforce identity. Cal Newport calls it environment design. Your surroundings dictate your behavior more than your intentions. Example, phone on desk, you check it. Not because you're weak, because it's there. Now flip it. Put your phone in another room. Suddenly you're focused. Same brain. Different environment, different identity. Elite performers engineer this. Writers surround themselves with books. Athletes live in training environments. Entrepreneurs hang around builders. Why? Because identity is contagious. Psychologists call this social proof. You become what you repeatedly see. Average people rely on willpower. Elites remove the need for it. They design identity triggers. Want to become a reader? Books on your desk. Want to become fit? Workout clothes visible. Want to become disciplined? Remove distractions completely. But here's the problem, though. Even with the right environment, your brain still forgets. Identity fades without reinforcement. That's where the final system comes in. Chapter 4. Identity lock-in. Most people think repetition builds habits. Wrong. Reflection locks identity. Robert Bjork's research on desirable difficulty shows that effort strengthens memory. The same applies to identity. If you don't reflect, your brain doesn't register change. You stay the same person. Elite performers track identity, not just actions. At the end of the day, they ask, what did I do today that proves who I am becoming? Simple, powerful, because now your brain encodes it. I wrote today, I am a writer. I trained today, I'm disciplined. I learned today, I am improving. You're not guessing anymore. You're documenting identity. This is how transformation compounds. Not through motivation, through proof. Through repetition, through reflection. Hit subscribe before you forget this, because most people hear this and go back to being average. One more thing. Even if you change your identity, there's still one problem. Your brain will try to pull you back. Old habits, old environment, old identity. It's called homeostasis. Your system wants stability, not growth. That's why most people relapse. That's why transformation doesn't last. That's why I made the next video, breaking down how to permanently rewire your brain so your old identity never comes back. Watch it next, because once identity shifts, everything becomes unfair.